Hey, Pastor Don from Church on the Narrow Way. Listen, I just wanted to bring to your attention something that I heard this weekend when Corey Minor and Ruslan were discussing some things. And Corey talked for a while, and then Ruslan said, just listen. Hey, man, I'm just listening. But then when Ruslan did speak, I think the core of the conversation became that Corey doesn't see and didn't see Marcus Rogers as a person that's saved in the Lord, our brother in the Lord. And I believe that Ruslan does. But Ruslan did not want to say to Corey that, I feel Marcus is a brother in the Lord. Despite what people are saying, I think he was afraid to say that to Corey. He didn't want to offend Corey. This is what's wrong with the church. It's not about offending anyone but Jesus Christ. And we need to get with that. We are not speaking up when we need to speak up. It's not, everybody's on here doing the best they believe that the Lord has led them to do. But you're going to have to believe what you believe. As far as I'm concerned, Marcus Rogers is a brother in the Lord who is going to come into the knowledge of greater understanding because God's going to bring him into it. But give him some time. The beating up on him like Pharisees is just not going to work. That's the wrong way to do it. And here God is saying, I just want you to tell people the truth in love. And you just everybody's mad at the man because he came overnight and became really big. But it's a lot of mega church preachers out here. You said nothing to them, and they've done the same exact thing that Marcus Rogers has done, that you're accusing him of. But he seemed like, okay, we can get him, we can get it. But you're not jumping on. You mentioned other people. Yeah, you mentioned them. But it's unfair. Give him time. That man is praying for understanding. And if he's praying like I'm telling you, God's going to come into him and give him the right knowledge. And his mind about things is going to change. It's going to change. And he's going to you'll see, he's going to become stronger. He's not a prophet. And I can say that, I can use the word yet. If the Lord chooses to, he can use him in time because I see Marcus Rogers as having the spirit of a prophet. He has the spirit of a prophet. He's not a prophet. But when you sound like a prophet, but you're not saying that you are a prophet, I did some of that same thing, but I did mine off YouTube when I was being taught by God what a prophet was. I'm not dealing with that. But when you get on here and you sound like a prophet, you say things and you're prophesying things by saying God said, and I had to learn. Marcus is learning in front of everybody out in the open on YouTube. What I'm saying again, so Ruslan, the truth be told, in your heart, you believe that Marcus Rogers is a brother in the Lord. And if not, then say so. Find some ground and a foundation and stand on it, no matter what Corey or anybody else thinks. Corey says what he believes, and he doesn't care what anybody else thinks. But he does try to take the time to find out or bring somebody, if anybody got something different, he'll listen. But when it comes to something that simple as owning up to your beliefs where Marcus is concerned, say so. Don't be afraid to say that to anybody. Alan said it, and if Alan had to know, at least whether you agree with Alan or not, he still felt he calls Marcus Rogers, but you don't have to call him a brother. Then don't call him a brother. If anybody watching this doesn't want to call, don't do it. Just don't do it. But don't think God's going to, wake up and Marcus Rogers is going to be dead because it's not going to happen. That's not the way God operates. God has given all of us his grace and a time to come into the knowledge of things that we thought we understood. People have to erase certain things they put on YouTube years ago because it was out there. And that's part of what Corey and Ruslan were talking about. Some things you took off, because you thought you had it right. And sometimes, and all of us probably do the same thing. There's some people that's not going to take off what they did, but others will. But so if you see Marcus Rogers as a brother, Ruslan, say so. Own it. Because in my spirit, I can see that you do, but you just don't want to offend Corey. That's not right. Corey is not God, and he knows that. He's not trying to be God. He didn't claim to be. His convictions are very strong, and yours should be just as strong as Corey's. But don't be afraid to say you see Marcus as a brother in the Lord. It's like you're worrying about what people think. What do you think? What did God tell you, Ruslan? What is God telling you in your spirit? You're a righteous man. I know that to be a fact. Didn't nobody take that from you. Just because we are all men of God, are called to be believers, it doesn't mean we all see things the same way. But some things we're going to bump heads with. It's just natural. So listen, I don't want to belabor this thing. This is long enough. I said enough. But so, RUSLAN, I think it's fair that you let everybody, let the world, hey, I feel that Marcus Rogers is a brother in the Lord. If you ask me, he is a brother in the Lord. And I agree with Alan. It doesn't have anything what somebody else says. That Pharisee mentality is not going to cut it. Let me say this to you, and I'm going to finish this Pharisee thing. If there are false prophets in the Bible, as predicted that it would be, and false teachers and false all this, then there has to be Pharisees. So we do have modern day Pharisees. YouTube hadn't even thought about that. Everybody preaching about what's wrong with Marcus. Some of them people are Pharisees. Modern day Pharisees. You don't have to like what I'm saying. It's just the truth. All of these things must come into fulfillment of Bible prophecy. I pray for everybody on YouTube, especially those with the greater followings, be more patient with people. Pray that God, the grace of God comes into them and gives them the understanding to change some of the things that they believe. And Mark is believing wrong, which he does. He believes certain things. He's going to pray that he comes into the knowledge, just going to beat the man up like he's not a brother in the Lord. It makes no sense. God bless you guys and keep you. But RUSLAN, I hope you know the Lord. I'm praying that the Lord gives you the strength to speak up. Speak up and say what you really believe. Listen, God bless. Take care and see you next time.